Hi, friends. How many times have we heard the phrase, the English language just doesn't make sense? We've shared the memes, we've seen the coffee cups, right? Well, today I want to teach you a few rules that will help demystify the English language and show you that English is truly a language that's governed by rules. So we're going to start by talking about two graphemes that make the long A sound. So we will be discussing AI and AY. So AI is going to represent the A sound in the middle of a word or syllable, words like chain, train, pain. So why can't we just use AI at the end of a sound or at the end of a syllable, right? Wouldn't that just make sense? Well, in English, words cannot end in an I, so we have to have a different spelling to represent that sound. So AI represents A in the middle, AY represents A at the end of a word or a syllable, words like play, stray, and day. Okay, so then we have these two graphemes, OI and OY, that both represent the diphthong OI. So when do we use which? There's a rule, and you guessed it, we use OI to represent OI in the middle, and we use OY to represent OI at the end of a word or a syllable. So that means we would have words like coin, foil, boil, and words like boy, toy, destroy. Now, why can't we use OI at the end? Once again, because words in English do not end in the letter I. Now, we've all seen kiddos who spelled cat with a K-A-T. So there is a rule that we can teach our children about when to use the K and when to use the C when it comes at the start of a word. And this is what we teach them. If you hear the K sound followed by an I or an E, you're going to use the K. Words like kite, keep, cat. K takes I and E, C takes the other three. That means C is going to be used when it is followed by any other vowel, the A, the O, the U, and the Y. Except for if it's followed by Y, it'll say S. Now, let's talk about another way that we can represent the K sound. We have a K and we have a CK. So when do we use K and when do we use CK? This slide and the next two are all going to be centered around the same rule. And the rule is this. We use the long spelling when it comes right after a short vowel sound. Well, what does that mean? It means that if the K sound is followed immediately after a vowel sound, a short vowel sound, you will use CK. If the K sound comes after anything else, it cannot be a CK. So when you look at the word bike, right before the K sound is a long I. So it's not right after short vowel. Make, puke. We have to use a K because it does not come right after a short vowel. So let's look at words where it does make sense. Black, track, stack. In all of those words, the K sound comes right after a short vowel sound. So we use the same thing with CH and TCH to represent the ch sound. Both of these graphemes make the ch sound. And just like with K and CK, we use the long spelling when it comes right after a short vowel. If anything else is coming before it, we have to use a CH. So let's start on the right-hand side for this one. We have the words witch, stitch, and catch. For each of those, the ch sound comes right after a short vowel, so we have to use the long spelling. Look over here. Chip. Well, chip is the first sound, so it can't come right after a short vowel, so it must be CH. And the word lunch, why can't it be a TCH? It has a short vowel sound, but the N is blocking it. So if it does not come right after a short vowel sound, it has to be the CH. And the same thing with the word branch. It is not right after a short vowel. So that's the second of our rules that follow the long spelling right after short vowel. The third one is GE versus DGE to represent the phoneme J. So same rule, we use the long spelling when it comes right after a short vowel. So words like wedge, bridge, edge, the J sound is right after short vowel. I know I keep saying it, but I bet you anything it's going to stay stuck in your head. Then if we look over here, the word stage. Well, I can't use DGE because although it comes right after a vowel, it comes after a long vowel sound. In the word gent, the J is the first sound, so it can't be the DGE. And in the word hinge, we have that N that is blocking it from that short vowel sound. All right, What about the sound or? When do we use OR and when do we use ORE? There's actually a rule. So we use ORE if it is the last sound in a word in words like for, store, chore. If it is not the last sound in a word, we're just going to use OR, porch, storm, born. And yes, I know that there are examples of this where it does not work. There are those exceptions, but they are exceptions, and it doesn't mean that we shouldn't be teaching them the rules. All right, friends, that was my 7 rules to help you learn 14 graphemes to make English make a little more sense. I hope that it was helpful for you, and I hope to see you another day for another tip.